short span of 6 or 8 hours in a school day, it seems to be a heavier lift than we've experienced in the past. That said, this is sort of multi-pronged approach. Part of this is paying close attention to the needs of our students, really making sure that we're asking the right questions, making sure that we're fully invested in our students, going beyond just that hello and that welcome, but really paying close attention to the mental health of our students. It's also important too that if we see something that looks, as has been mentioned, out of the ordinary, something that seems like it doesn't seem right, it probably isn't right. And it's important that we have open lines of communication to make sure that that happens. And the other prong to all of this is just, as mentioned as well, and which was the recipient of some support funds, is hardening facilities to make sure that our schools provide that safe place where our students can feel they can come to school and feel that they're in a safe environment. And I want to turn it over to Scott to make a few remarks, and rather than making this too formal, I would encourage chiefs or Judy or anyone who feels wants to weigh in on that, maybe about the relationship, Scott, that we have with local first responders, but also specifically to what has come to us through this grant, and how that will benefit our schools and what that looks like. We're obviously not at the high school this morning, which is where we hope to be, and that's really more of a logistical problem around parking. So we got you here so we can get you UG Parks without having to shuttle people into the school. But Scott, if you don't mind just kind of kicking us off to the conversation again, having that informal, and feel free to include the chiefs in the conversation, or Ms. Steyer as well.
Well, I want to thank the Governor and Lieutenant Governor for having these funds available for us. Again, it's not a one table discussion. It's multiple people here at the table. I've worked very closely with the chiefs and their staff on a daily basis. And as it was said, we talked to Colonel Blake. He created this position about a year ago, and it's really created, I think, better communications with the other departments, police department, fire department, and also with Judy Steyer and her group with the social-emotional learning. Both need the funding. Both needs to be done. It goes hand in hand. With the grant we used, I received. I couldn't have done it without the police department. They helped me write the grant. They helped me get the grant, and we decided we're going to put a shooter detection system in the high school. There was, okay, we need to do this. Well, why? It's just a piece of the puzzle. It's not the only piece. It's not a fix-all, but it's a piece of the puzzle. Whether it be the social-emotional learning, whether it be IDs on teachers and students, whether it be on a visitor management system, it's a piece of the puzzle. It's well needed. In case something, I hope it never gets used. I hope we test it once a year and that's it. But we have to be realistic on the times that we live. It is a possibility. And with this funding, it took the baby steps out of it. We were able to do it this year instead of deferring it next year or the year before. And the system that's going in can be expanded upon as needed. So we really had a great opportunity to get it. And I think it will be, again, I hope we never use it, but we have it.
Scott, could you or the chief just talk about what an active detection system entails, what it is, to the extent it doesn't compromise security, but for people who may not be aware of what that is?
Be quiet.
Sure, I'll address that in just 1 second, if you don't mind, Bob. So again, I'm very pleased, Governor, that your administration is taking this seriously. This issue of school violence, every child has a right to go to school in a safe atmosphere that's conducive to learning. And it's everyone in this room's responsibility to provide that safety. And we at the Framingham Police are very committed to doing our part. We have a long, successful history of cooperation with the Framingham Public Schools, going back well before 25 years ago when I was a school resource officer. Way before that, we were in the forefront of school safety with guys like Lieutenant Sal Pascucci and Sergeant Gigi Muscatelli from 45 years ago, were just great school resource officers, a great model.
So a couple nice Irish guys.
So in Framingham, we've committed, we have 4 schools resource officers committed to the schools full-time here in the city. Our safety division responds, and works cooperatively with the